has been a long minute, and my colonies have changed dramatically, and they seem to change darn near on the daily. But I wanted to show people for the main reason is, let me tell you, the barn has been power washed. I power washed all the horse crap off the walls. All the shavings are clean and everybody is arranged. It looks so organized right now. But, you know, I might wake up in the morning and some rabbits are in someone else's colony and I have to change things again. But as it is, I want to show you what we've got going on here at the Funny Farm. Everybody is happy. We've got tons of babies in the nursery. I've started breeding 2 breeds of rabbits now. I started out with just Rex. Now I also have some absolutely gorgeous New Zealands. I have a trio of huge New Zealands. Huge, like we're talking 15-pound does. So anyhow, I'm excited about this video to show you what we got going on here in the colonies. So stay tuned. But while you're staying tuned, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Anybody that ever wonders how you get your colony rabbits friendly? You sit by their food. You might notice in here I have rabbit pellets, and then these are an alfalfa Timothy cube. Oh my gosh. They so cut down on the waste. Hay is so expensive that they will pee on it and then not eat it. There is absolutely no waste. They love them. And I get away with these instead of hay because all this is compressed hay. They also have a cube that has beet pulp in it if you want to put weight on your rabbits. Kind of a treat because beet pulp's sweet. This is my nursery. So you'll notice there's, well, you might not notice, but there is 2 different breeds of rabbits. All these colorful cute ones are purebred Rex. These black are purebred New Zealands. I think I have 1 pure black Rex, but the rest of the black are New Zealands, and I'm wanting to see if I can get them to finish out faster and at a heavier weight. Right now, they are a little bit larger than the Rex, and they are actually 2 weeks younger, so I'm really happy with their progress. I do have 1 solid black Rex in here, and the way you tell the difference is, let me see if I can zoom in. My Rex have curly whiskers. In case nobody's ever told you that. Let's see if I can find some curly, funky whiskers. I don't know. Can you see those curly whiskers on that baby? It's because it's a Rex. This right here is the pure black Rex because his whiskers are curly, as opposed to if you look at those whiskers, they're perfectly straight because that is a New Zealand. There's a little tidbit for you. They come in here after they're weaned from mom and they just grow up. What sells, what doesn't ends up in the freezer. They have all the food that they can eat. I absolutely love these chicken fountains as waters. I put them on a brick so that they get a little bit less debris in the water. And then in the winter, they go on a heat plate. And so they work all year round. It's fantastic. And then their stall door can stay open with the plywood there. There's plenty of ventilation. I think that the air circulation makes all the difference in the world. I am now also breeding New Zealands. These are my 2 New Zealand does and my New Zealand buck. So here's my game plan. I have got the 2 New Zealand does have just been bred. I bred them at the same time so that I can swap mamas, swap babies around if I need to. And Chef is in here about 5 days before they're due to have babies. I think I will place both does in cages with nesting boxes just to be safe until they're kind of used to being better mothers. If she's not, she'll be good stew. So that's just how that works around here. This is Stuart, because I had just watched Stuart Little with my grandson, and I think that's the cutest movie. If you haven't watched Stuart Little, you gotta. It's darling. So this is Stuart. He is my Rex buck. Here is a couple things with my colony, and I don't judge anybody that does it however they want, but I do not inbreed. People call it line breeding. Let me tell you, a lot of times, I mean, I've done so much research thinking line breeding, inbreeding, isn't it kind of the same thing? Yeah, it's the same thing. It's just glorified. You call it line breeding because you're breeding siblings or parents to, it's just, and if you do it, that's great. A lot of people do it to get the best qualities of the animal. You breed best to best. I don't. If I have a better quality that I want in my animals, I buy it from somewhere else. Or if I raise a baby here, then I will, an example of that is over there in Pretty Girls. I want Pretty Girl's does because Pretty Girl is a fabulous mother. She's big. Her babies are healthy. I love her. So I kept 2 of her does, but I got rid of their dad. And then Stuart came from a different rabbitry. So all my rabbits are purebred. None of them are inbred. None of them are line bred. And none of them are crossed. So I made sure yesterday to breed both does and then put Chef in so that if by chance Stuart hops his little kinky ass over there, he cannot do anything with my New Zealands. They're already bred. So here is my hutch. When anybody needs to be separated, or like when that New Zealand's ready to have babies, she'll come into the hutch. Door comes down. It's nice and large. I've got a nesting box up above. This is my box. I absolutely love it. We put a little window here so the rabbits can see out, because prior to the window, it dawned on me that when they're in a plywood box, I mean, that's like a casket, and they were always trying to get out. So the rabbits love the box. Nice airy top that lifts up, and it's huge. One thing I would say too about the hutch and this box, they usually always have a rabbit in them. So I think even if you're raising in colonies, it's really handy to have boxes, whether you need to, or hutches or cages or whatever, whether you need to separate something that's sick, separate your boys, let a mama have babies in privacy. But this is honestly the first time they've been empty, and that's because I have all the babies in the nursery and we processed. This did have rabbits in it for processing just last weekend. Okay, so right here, this is the Queen Sheba. I'm telling you, this is Pretty Girl, and she is the queen of the property. She is the first doe I ever got. She has produced hundreds of babies. She is ridiculously friendly to people. And this is one of her black otter daughters. The floppy ear, that's heat. I know it sounds goofy, but some days when it's cooler, her ears are perfectly up, and then on hot days, they flop over. And this is Sweet Thing. This is another one of Pretty Girl's does. As you'll notice, these does are easy in the colony to go up and pet. And here's another thing you'll see. As I'm petting her daughters, she comes over because she gets jealous. Yes, she does. And this right here is Smarty, because I had a different black otter chosen for this colony, and that rabbit was so smart that every time I go to the nursery, it would run over to me. Even if I'd fed, it would stop eating to run over. And I thought, she's smart, because only the friendly does get to be in the colony, because I like to be able to pet the animals and enjoy them. And if I can't reach out and pet them, then I don't need to feed them. So here is my experiment in this colony. If you have watched any of my other rabbit videos, you know that Pretty Girl does not play well with others. She is a fabulous mother. She has about 14 babies. If I let her go with a buck, she will have 14 babies every 31 days. 33 days, actually. She takes a little bit longer probably to cook that many. But she doesn't get along with other rabbits. So I've had other does in here, and when they try to have babies, she's chasing them around. She wouldn't let one of my does even nurse her own babies, so she was nursing 14 of hers and then going over and nursing the other does. So these are 2 of her, well, I don't know if you can see it, 2 of her daughters, and they have a different dad than Stuart. I got rid of their dad after I decided to keep these does so that there was no line breeding. But I never took them out of here. So they have been completely raised with Pretty Girl, and they're her daughters. So I'm hoping that when I breed one of them, Pretty Girl will actually stay nice, because she plays real nice with them now. I mean, she's definitely the monarch. She'll push them around if she wants to, but she does real well with them. And so I'm hoping that basically letting her create her own colony will be successful, because I hope she will cohabitate nicely. This litter of babies that she has that you can see right there is everything. I've got broken blues, I've got harlequins, I've got casters, I've got black and white, I've got a couple tri-colored babies. I've got everything from Pretty Girl and Stuart. Stewart is a broken caster, and this combination is giving me every color imaginable. If you have any questions at all, put them in the comments. I will respond to everybody. There you go. That's all I've got. That's the colonies for today. Things might change tomorrow. Heck, things might change this afternoon. But for today, those are my colonies, and that's my setup. So until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, stay surrounded by loved ones, and most of all, stay grateful for all of your blessings. Thank you so much for watching.